In fact, motivation is not what we need to actually achieve success because motivation is fleeting. It's not something that can last a lot of the times through the challenges and difficulties that we face as busy entrepreneurs, investors, and business owners. Instead, what we need to do is develop a burning passion or desire to achieve our goals and to really reach the success our businesses are after. So let's think about it. Why is motivation fleeting? Welcome to another episode of Life Balance Mentor Podcast. I'm your Life Balance Mentor, Kurt Warner. Today, we're going to talk about how to build motivation to achieve success. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. We cannot manufacture motivation. In fact, motivation is not what we need to actually achieve success because motivation is fleeting. It's not something that can last a lot of the times through the challenges and difficulties that we face as busy entrepreneurs, investors, and business owners. Instead, what we need to do is develop a burning passion or desire to achieve our goals and to really reach the success our businesses are after. So let's think about it. Why is motivation fleeting? So if we take the example of going to the gym, how many times have you been motivated to go to the gym, especially at the start of the new year when you make your New Year's resolution? You go for a few weeks, maybe even a few months, but as time passes, you either get to start to see some results or you're not really seeing results, and your motivation to get up, get dressed, and get out the door and go to the gym starts to fade. So as your motivation starts to fade, what do you think happens? Most people quit. You start to slide back into your old habits and justify, with some self-talk. And the self-talk can sound something like this. I was able to lose a few pounds and feel better. Instead of 5 times this week, I'll just go 3 times. So quickly you go from going to the gym 5 times a week, maybe down to 3, then down to 2, until the point where you're not going to the gym at all. So if motivation does not work to help you achieve success and to hit your goals, what does? And it's action. So you need to create a plan that consists of actions required to achieve whatever goal you have set in front of you. If your goal is to start a business, invest in your next real estate deal, or increase the revenue of your business, let's say from $200,000 a year to $300,000 a year, every destination that you have, every goal that you have has a roadmap. And that roadmap is a path that we must take to go from where we are today to where we need to go to tomorrow. Regarding your goals, that roadmap is built on the necessary actions you need to take on a daily, weekly, monthly, and annual basis. So instead of focusing on the destination, you need to put your head down and see the next action you need to take in order to achieve your goal. So how do we get there? How do we shift from building motivation to focusing on taking action? I'm going to share a few tips with you to help you make this happen for your life and in your business. So the first step, obviously, is to set some goals. So when you don't have a clearly defined objective, it's easy to lose focus on what you want to achieve. So make sure your goals are not only specific, but they're also actionable. If you have vague aspirations or goals like to make more money, it won't do you much good. What you need to do is break it down into smaller steps that are manageable and measurable. So instead of saying, I want to make more money, maybe you say, I want to increase sales by 5% this quarter. Or maybe it's something like, I want to complete 3 new projects by next month. Once you've established clear goals for yourself, write them down so you can refer back to them whenever it's needed. So from these goals, you'll break them down further into daily actions that will increase sales, maybe increase the completion of a new real estate deal, or being able to launch that new business. Next, you will need to focus on the process and not the outcome. So once you set your goals, it's important to remember that success doesn't happen overnight. There's going to be times when progress seems slow or non-existent, and it's during these times of frustration that you don't want to focus too heavily on the outcome. Instead, you want to put your energy, as I mentioned before, into the process or the actions necessary to achieving success. You also need to celebrate the small wins you have along the way and use each one as momentum towards achieving greater success in the future. One thing that I've shared with clients and other, close family members and friends is that simple actions can lead to massive results over time. So even something as easy as making your bed every morning can create a positive habit, especially when you start to tie that action to something else. So maybe you want to create the routine of going to the gym. And at first you say, okay, I'm going to make my bed every morning. And once my bed is made, I can then get my running shoes on and go to the gym. Well, now you're tying something that's a small win to maybe a lifelong or major goal, such as going to the gym, or maybe it's starting your new business, getting in front of the computer, or whatever else you have as your aspirations. The problem is that many people give up while they're on the journey. And as entrepreneurs, business owners, and investors, there will be challenges and failures on the path to success. So anytime you face these obstacles, refer back to your goals. Remember I said, make sure you write them down. So when you refer back to your goals, make sure you put your head down, move on to the next action, and that will keep things moving forward. The next one is to find inspiration in others. Obviously, we're at a stage where there are very few things that have been invented or thought of or done for the very first time. So if you are working on something that you knew others before you have accomplished, look outside of yourself for inspiration. You need to find someone that has achieved similar goals that you aspire towards and learn about their journey to success. Their story provides valuable insight into how to tackle your challenges and will give you the extra confidence you need to carry on. One of the great things we have right now, like what you're listening today, are podcasts. And there are a ton of podcasts out there that interview, many of the most successful entrepreneurs, business owners, and investors and thought leaders that we have today. So even if you don't know anybody in your life personally, find something you can listen to with somebody that can inspire you, that's maybe traveled down the same or similar path that you're on right now. It can also be beneficial to reach out directly for advice or for mentorship for those that have achieved great things in the field of expertise that you're in. So not only will they provide you guidance, and they may also serve as a source of encouragement throughout your journey. So those are my tips, and those are the steps in order to not necessarily find the motivation to succeed, but how you can start creating the actions needed to move down the path to success. So if you like today's episode, please make sure you like, subscribe, and share this podcast so others can also learn from this as well. Looking forward to seeing you in the next episode. And as always, stay balanced. Thank you for listening to Life Balance Mentor Podcast with Kurt Warner. To help create balance in your life, follow me on social media. The links are below in the podcast description. Don't forget to visit the website at lifebalancementor.com. And as always, stay balanced.